advent calendar?
Yep.
Oh my god!
December, my favourite time of the year. The decorations, the lights, the music, the food and the cheer. I still feel the childish wonderment, joy and excitement of Christmas. Even with the stress and pressures we can put on ourselves to create the perfect day and give the perfect gifts, I still enjoy the build-up to the special day. In fact, it is the build-up that I love the most. And what better way to count down the days than to open the door of an advent calendar? Either with a traditional chocolate advent calendar, which I don't know about you, but they bring back so much of my childhood joy, opening those little doors each day to discover what festive shape the little piece of chocolate is, and oh my goodness me, the taste of that little piece of chocolate, divine. And there are the delicious tea advent calendars. There are so many themes for advent calendars. It's endless. But the best theme for a bibliophile would be books. But as we all know, books are expensive and it would cost a small fortune to buy 24 brand new books, which is why I have been in and out of the op shops, thrift shops, charity shops, since January, searching for pre-loved books to create a thrifted book advent calendar for my bookish buddy RC, which ultimately is a gift that keeps on giving. It saves books from landfill, helps out a charity, gives the seeker a thrill when they find the perfect book, as you just never know what you might find in an op shop, second-hand shop, charity shop, thrift shop. And finally, it gives a book lover something to look forward to each day leading up to Christmas. And for that epic reader who devours books, it will give them a big pile of unread books to start the new year with. Welcome to Books, Dresses and Teacups. I assume you are a book lover too, having clicked on my video. If you are, I hope my channel inspires you to want to snuggle down with a hot cup of coziness and read a book. So if you haven't already, pour yourself a hot drink and let's take a look at what books I found for RC's 2022 Thrifted Book Advent Calendar. I will mention now that I struggle with pronunciation. First of all, I will be wrapping the books in this simple Christmas tree wrapping paper, which is also thrifted. I found it in the op shop for, I think it was $1. And then this plain brown paper with these printed Christmas tree tags, which I printed out with little notes on the back of them about each book. I am even being thrifty with the bags I will put the calendar in by using these paper shopping bags. For the first day of December, the book that I am wrapping up is Bloom. This was the very first book I found. It is a cozy romantic graphic debut novel by Kevin Panetta and Savannah Ganuccio. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. While focusing on yummy baked goods, this story follows the character Ari, who, after leaving school, is eager to move to the big city with his band. But his father wants him to stay behind to continue working at the family bakery. To ease the pressure of quitting the family business, Ari finds himself a replacement. But while training up the new recruit, something else other than bread rises. A blooming romance. I had a little sneaky read of this one and absolutely loved it. Day number 2. The Unravelling of Cassidy Holmes by Alyssa R. Sloan. I am unsure of what this book is about as I bought it for the cover. The cover reminded me very much of a book RC bought for me actually, called Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. During this challenge of trying to find 25 books, I was lucky to have the Goodreads app to help me with knowing which books RC does and doesn't have, as she documents all the books she owns on there. RC has bookshelves of books and is close to officially having her very own library, so having Goodreads to revert back to really helped. Day number 3, The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. I I have my own copy of this best-selling novel and thought it would be lovely for RC and I to buddy read it and then watch the film adaptation with Amy Adams on Netflix. Day number 4, Some Kind of Happiness by Claire Legrand. With the help of her cousins, Finley sets out on a mission to save the dying Everwood and uncover its secrets. But as the mysteries pile up and the frightening sadness inside her grows, Finley realises that if she wants to save the Everwood, she'll first have to save herself. Day number 5. Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. I don't believe this book to be RC's cup of tea, but because she is a huge Harry Potter fan, I thought having other works by she who shall not be named in her collection would be nice. Though recent opinions are terribly hurtful, I don't think we should deprive ourselves of such wonderful stories. The wizarding world has become its own universe that even the creator has not the power to destroy. Lost Flowers of Alice Hart by Holly Ringland. I too have a pre-loved copy of this book, and with the TV adaptation starring Sigourney oh, I told you I'm terrible at pronunciation, I struggle big time. I can hear it in my head, but I can't say it. Sigourney, you know what, I can't do it. There's a picture of her there. Okay. About to drop. I thought this would be another great buddy read. A young girl loses both her parents in a tragic event and is taken to live with her grandmother on a flower farm. Growing up, Alice learns the language of Australian native flowers as a way to say the things that are too hard to speak. But she also learns that there are secrets within secrets about her past. Day 7. Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. When I think back to all the books I have read, this one has definitely left a mark. It has such a beautiful prose that lingers on many bookish years after reading it. Day number 8. Nerve by Jean Ryan. V doesn't know if she has the guts to play Nerve, an online game of high-stakes stares, but whoever's behind the game knows exactly what she wants, enticing her with lust-worthy prizes and a super hot partner. With Ian on her team, it's easy to agree to another dare. This is actually a movie, and the cover of this book is the film adaptation cover. Number 9, Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. This was one of my favourite book series years ago. Unfortunately, the movie ruined it for me. Hopefully the new television series is a redemption. So don't watch the movie, RC. Ironically, the book cover is the film adaptation version of the book cover. Number 10, Remind Me How This Ends by Gabrielle? Or was it Gabriel? Don't know. Pozza. A boy meets girl again story. As kids, Layla and Milo shared everything. Their secrets, a treehouse, and weekends at the river. But they haven't spoken since her mum's funeral. That is, until Layla shows up 5 years later in his parents' bookshop without so much as a text message. Pretty soon, they're drawn into a tangled mess that guarantees someone will get hurt. And while it's a summer they'll never forget, is it one they'll want to remember? Day 11. The Next Thing on My List by Jill Smolinski. I have read this one and enjoyed it as a little piece of escapism, easy to read with lovable characters. After a dark turn of events involving Weight Watchers, a chili recipe, and a car accident in which her passenger, Marissa, dies, June finds herself in possession of a list. 20 things to do by my 25th birthday. Even though they barely knew each other, June is compelled by both guilt and a desire to set things right to finish the list for Marissa. on the 12th day of Christmas. Kelly bought for Ussie. I have 2 books for day 12 that are a part of 2 separate series. The Fire Chronicle by John Stevens is book 2 of the Books of Beginning series, which I didn't realise until after I'd bought it, and the exact same thing happened with Defy the World, which is the sequel to Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray. I will have to keep my eye out for the first books for her. Day 13, A Street Cat Named Bob by James Bowen. I absolutely loved this book. A true story about a man and his beloved cat Bob. Even with the heartbreaking heavy theme of homelessness and drug addiction, this story has so many uplifting, beautiful moments. And you don't even have to be a cat person to appreciate it. I very much recommend this book. It really opened my mind and heart to both cats and bookish sellers across the world. 14. The Fandom by Anna Day. Violet's in her element. Cosplay at the ready. She can't wait to feel part of her favourite fandom, the Gallows Dance, and mega book and movie franchise. But when a freak accident transports her into the story for real, can Violet play out the plot the way it was written? Every now and then, an op-shop book comes with a hidden bookmark, and this is one of them. I think RC got a good one. All the Light We Cannot See. I have read this and didn't enjoy it, but it is a popular book for a reason, so hopefully RC will see why. Your second life begins when you realise you only have one. This is another one of my favourite books. It is a self-help book disguised as a novel with a great twist at the end. 17. Leaving Coy's Hill by Catherine A. Sherbrooke. I bought this not for the story, but for the title. RC's pop, Frank, who was such a magnificent man, recently passed away. His name was Frank, but he was also known as Coy. So this one is a deeply meaningful one. The Lonely Hearts Travel Club, Destination Thailand by Katie Collins. Instead of slipping on her something borrowed and tripping up the aisle to wedded bliss, Georgia spends her big day crying into a warm Sex on the Beach, wondering where it all went wrong. Forced to make a bucket list of her new life goals by best friend Marie, it's not long before travel virgin Georgia's packing her bags for a long-haul adventure to Thailand. Yet, Georgia's big adventure doesn't seem to be going to plan. From strange sights, smells, and falling for every rookie traveller scam in the book, Georgia has never felt more alone. I had to get really loud then because there was a car coming past. Oh, sometimes I just try so hard to beat the traffic, but it just, yeah, I end up having to redo it again, but I'm not going to this time. But the good thing about falling apart is that you can put yourself back together any way you please. And new Georgia might just be someone she can finally be proud of. Day 19, Bone Gap by Laura Ruby. Everyone knows Bone Gap is full of gaps. So when beautiful Rosa went missing, the people of Bone Gap weren't surprised. But Finn knows what really happened to Rosa. He knows she was kidnapped by a dangerous man whose face he cannot remember. Day 20, The Pendowicks by Jean Birdsall. The Pendowicks, 4 sisters, as different as chalk from cheese, yet as close as can be. The 4 girls and their absent-minded father head off for their summer holidays. But instead of the cosy tumble-down cottage they expect, they find themselves on a huge estate called Arundel, with magnificent gardens ripe for exploring. It isn't long before they become embroiled in all sorts of scrapes with newfound friend Geoffrey. But his mother, the icy-hearted Mrs. Tifton, must be avoided at all costs. Chaotic adventures ensue, and it soon becomes a summer the sisters will never forget. Day 21, Suitcase of Dreams by Tanya Blanchard. I found 2 brand new copies of this book at the same op shop. I thought, great, that can be a buddy read. From the best-selling author of The Girl from Munich. I haven't read that book yet, so I'll have to keep my eye out for that too. A sweeping, dramatic tale of love and identity, inspired by a true story. I know The Girl from Munich. My friend Erin really enjoyed that and said it's a good read, so I'll have to try and find that in the oppie. Day 22, Am I Still Alive by Kate Alice Marshall. Jess will survive. She has to. She knows who killed her father, and she wants revenge. Say no more, Kelly. That already sounds intriguing. Day 23, The Invention of Hugo Cabret. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Is a historical fiction book written and illustrated by Brian Selznick. This one is visually pleasing, which is perfect for RC, who is an artist and appreciates the art of animation and graphic novels. So I thought this one would be awesome for it. Day 24. For Christmas Eve, I found RC a copy of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, which is in perfect condition and comes with the audiobook. This, without a doubt, is my favourite find for this advent calendar. I am so proud of myself for finding this. Couldn't even believe it. Couldn't believe that it has an audiobook in there, and it's a beautiful book. And last but not least, it's actually the best one for RC. For Christmas Day, I found a book that was actually in RC's want to read list on Goodreads. I just hope she hasn't bought it yet. And that is Geekerella, a novel by Ashley Poston. Cinderella goes to the con in this fandom-fueled twist on the classic fairy tale romance. Now with a special Starfield bonus scene. Part romance, part love letter to nerd culture, and all totally adorbs. Geekerella is a fairy tale for anyone who believes in the magic of fandom. I don't even really know what fandom is, really. Fandom? Is that like where you love a franchise so much that you just absorb yourself in that world? I don't know. I'll have to educate myself on that. And that is the 2022 Thrifty Book Advent Calendar from my book buddy RC. Were there any books in it that you have read, or any that you have now added to your to-be-read list? I had so much fun putting this together, and it can be done for all types of readers. You could do 24 thriller books for those who love a thrill, biographies, historical fiction, maybe you know someone who loves romance. You could do All Mills and Boons, or collect the books written by the same author. You could do a children's book advent calendar. It is just such fun. I would love to be able to do this for everyone that I know that loves books, but I really don't know that many people that love books in the real world anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your time here. If you did, it would be very much appreciated if you left a like. And if you have decided to use this channel as a new place to hang out by hitting that subscribe button, I'll be back very soon with lots of bookish content for the new year. I hope you have a lovely December, and if you celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a merry time. Till next time.
You're both idiots.
There you go.
What's this?
Don't ever scare me like that again. You hear me?
Is that a Thrifted advent calendar?
Yep.
Oh my god! I was not.
Tell her what her present. Tell Rachel what her present is.
Oh my god! I knew she was making me laugh.
Yeah.
Did you not know that I told Rachel?
No, but I was like, these idiots have given each other the same present.
I knew she was doing one. I was like, well, I need to do one for you. So that's what I'm shopping.
Yeah.
I said to my mum,
I'm doing it.
It was so good.
Fun, isn't it?
I said to my mum this morning, I was like, oh, these idiots have got each other the same present. I don't know if they know.
No, because last year when I did a little mini one for the other Rach, I asked Rachel, asked Edie in the video, do you want one? And then she commented, and I'm like, yes! Oh, that's mad, I can't wait. Oh, you put yours in a fancy picnic basket too.
Oh, that's
Oh.
short too.
Oh.